Big tune. Big tune.
MADUEKE deal, here we go, confirmed fee and everything. I think I better leave right now, I can't lie. Big up to Yassa in the building. What you saying, bro?
I'm good, man. Do you know what I mean? I got MADUEKE money in gold. Thank you.
Man said thank you, you know. Man said thank you. Big up, man. Big up.
Big up, bro.
Deji in the location with the in location t-shirt, shades on, new gaff and that. You know what I'm saying? What you saying, man? What you saying? MADUEKE to my club. What you saying, man?
Yeah, bro. Look, there's a bromance between Arsenal and Chelsea. I really don't know what's going on. Yeah, you man are the ones that, you know, if the business is flopping, just go to Arsenal, offer them a player, they'll probably pay for him. That's what we got going on. And then in exchange for you buying players, Chelsea will pull down their pants during the season and say, "Oh, slap me, Arsenal, slap me." Oh, so it's weird because there's this special relationship. I don't quite get it. But what I do get though is finally Northside, you're gonna treat man with the respect that I deserve. The thing is, you know that I, first and foremost, big up to everyone that's locked in, locked on. Make sure you smash a like, because I'm about to go in. So smash that like real quick.
Pause.
So let me start. First and foremost, I've been trying to help, like legit. When I come on this channel, I'm saying Northside, look at this, look at that. There's why this, why that. I'm like, bro, look. Don't shoot the messenger. Imagine, I've been saying it, Arsenal do not do the business that they're supposed to do. When you brought out that shower curtain, I knew you man were not serious. Imagine having a transfer window so far and not one player have you brought in that improves your starting 11. Partey left, but if Partey was still there, he should be starting ahead of Zubimendi. Yeah, Noni is not better than Martinelli.
No, he is.
I don't know what he's there for, and Kepa raising the levels. And then you got Tottenham, who people try and banter, and you see, like I told you, man, that when Tottenham won that Europa League, I could taste something. I was like, you know what? I would like to do it again. I would like to win another trophy. So guess what? We went out and got KUDUS. Nobody can cuss that signing. That's a respectable signing where even Northside will shake his bum for KUDUS if you got that over the line. Then we've just got Morgan Gibbs White over the line just now. He's going to do his medical tomorrow. And then we're looking like getting Adam Wharton over the line. That's a transfer window. That's a team that is saying, you know what? That 17th last season under that madman Postecoglou, that they make it. Right now, we are looking to challenge on all fronts. Prem, Champions League. We cannot say the same about Arsenal. And then when I'm telling people, stop shaking your bum for Gyökeres, Arsenal have been linked with the best striker in Europe. Like all Europe, like the European leagues are comparable. What are we comparing the Portuguese league with the Prem? What are we comparing the Portuguese league with La Liga or the Bundesliga or the French league? Northside, tonight I am with you. The fact that we've had, look, today on Sky Sports, we saw Arteta smiling with Norgard. Hold that, first of all. And then by this evening, they got Noni over the line. And Arteta is haps. By the way, where he is, he's smiling like we got a deal done. This is the worst transfer window that I've seen Arsenal in my personal lifetime. I've never seen it so bad. And so I asked the question, Man City looked like they won a challenge. Liverpool looked like they want a challenge. Chelsea look like they want a challenge. Tottenham Hotspur look like they want a challenge. And Arsenal look like they want to be here. That's a problem, bro. So North
challenge what though, Deji? I don't get it. What do you mean challenge? Because if you were that low on the table, if you're gonna challenge, let's say the amount of players you bought, let's say it gets you mid-table or just
that'd be stupid.
Slightly higher than that.
Tottenham
you need more than that. Don't you think you need more than that to get into top 4?
Tottenham have brought in KUDUS. We've got Morgan Gibbs White.
Yeah.
We're about to get Wissa over the line, and we're gonna have Adam Wharton in the 6. With our current squad, bro, that's top 4.
You're gonna have Adam Wharton in the 6.
Adam Wharton as well.
Get him? Oh,
yeah, we'll get, bro. People. Someone said to me last week, with Chelsea in for KUDUS, do you think you're gonna get KUDUS? I said yes.
We've never bidded for him though.
Yeah, hold that, bro. Look, the point I'm trying to make is Tottenham's team now is a team that can challenge. I'm even saying that your team can challenge Liverpool, Man City, but I can't say that Arsenal can challenge. What I can say is that Arteta is very creative and he can definitely see something that none of us can see, because I can't see what he sees in Noni Madueke for him to sell out 50 mil. And that is the maddest thing. It's not even just the fact, if you had got Madueke for free, we still would have said, what are you doing? Do you get what I'm saying? The fact that you've done 50, almost 60 mil for him means that you man are not serious and you deserve what happens next. So here we go, Arsenal, here we go. Hold that.
I got nothing to say, bro. I got nothing to say because I'm just sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of this club. I'm sick and tired of the gaslighting from this club. I'm sick and tired of not being prepared in the transfer window. And you know what? Like, what tops it off is seeing Tottenham lifting a trophy. This club don't care. They're not hurting. They don't care. They're like, yeah, what? Who cares? As long as we can get into the Champions League spot, they don't give a shit. Man, bro.
But I don't know now.
I crashed out in the last stream, but I got nothing left. I'm done.
No, legitly now. And I just want this is a legit question now, because you know, a couple of weeks ago, you kind of, even though you're not happy with Arteta, there was an air of privilege in the way that you used to speak to me, and I took offense to it. I can't lie, bro. I took offense. Do you think you can get top 4 with your current squad with what you're doing?
No, I think we could probably just about get top 4, but if it continues, we might not even get top 4. I can't even lie. It's looking completely ridiculous because we don't know if Zubimendi can perform in the Prem. We don't know that. We don't listen. If anything happens to Raya and we're relying on Kepa, we're definitely not getting in the top 4. I'll say that for free. We're definitely not getting in the top 4. We're trying to look at this Mascara guy. Anything happens to the centre backs and we're trusting Mascara or Kivior, we ain't getting in the top 4. You know what I mean? Madueke, we're not gonna unlock him, so that's a whole myth. So yeah, bro, the team's looking pathetic, bro. Absolutely pathetic. Norgard, for me, he was a replacement for Jorginho or El Neni. Yeah. El Neni at best, Steady Eddie. But Steady Eddie ain't won my club nothing. So I'm just done. I'm done with this, bro. Like, for me, Kroenke's out first and foremost because it's their club. Nothing happens without their approval. Arteta out, always maintain that. And Berta out. If we get Madueke or Jackson, I want him out straight away.
I reckon you could get Nicholas Jackson. You know, I've just seen that Chelsea are happy for that brother to go, and it would be a matter if you brought Nicholas. But the craziest thing for me is, like, Arsenal have spent roughly about 120 mil, and I can't see it. That's what's scary. You spent 120 mil, so it's not like you're not spending money. You man are spending money, but it's almost like you lot are trying to self-sabotage. And what I'm trying to tell Arsenal, man, then they will respond to me, yeah, but we beat you. Shut your mouth, man. We're talking about the future. We are in the first phase of what we're trying to do. You, man, have been doing this. This is the seventh year. This is the seventh season, bro. Imagine, like you're supposed to improve year on year. These men are going backwards. Arsenal that were bringing in the likes of Overmars, Petit, Vieira, Thierry Henry, I've now resorted to bringing us Noni Madueke in 2025. This is a madness. This is a madness, bro. Like Northside, I can't even cook you this evening. I can't cook you because you're not one of the ones that are delusional. You always knew. But where I am going to cook you, bro, is you had this chest that your team was better than my team, bro. And you used to cuss me about Levy. Is Levy going to spend? You said that. You asked me. You laughed at me. You said, yeah, would Levy probably spending? He's doing what you're supposed to do. He's bringing in players you're supposed to bring in. Do you get what I'm saying? That's the truth, bro. Like all the Tottenham fans that are cussing Levy, he's been spending. It's not his fault Ndombele didn't work out. It's not his fault Lo Celso didn't work out. Do you get me? He's been spending. I'm defending him.
Don't you think he's playing catch up though? Because he has a way of letting your team rot, letting the team get into a bad position, and then doing just enough for the team to build. But he doesn't really build it to win anything. Obviously, Ange won it for you, cool. But it's not on the basis that Daniel Levy gave him a squad good enough to be winning that. Do you get what I'm saying?
I feel like secretly they didn't trust him.
But who do they trust?
They rid of him. Yeah,
but who do they trust though? Because they
clearly trust Frank, bro.
Tommy.
But you've seen your club do this,
No, can I ask you a question?
You've seen your club do this, yeah? They give him money for the first year. Daniel Levy has a thing of, I get a manager in, I'll give him money for the first year, and then it starts drying up as the process continues.
Side, would you say that Levy has backed Thomas Frank?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
What I would think, if I was you, I would say, how long is he going to back him? Because he's done this before, where he's brought in managers before and he's given them certain players, and then the money starts drying up.
With respect, bro, and you know, I've got nothing. Can I just be clear? Me and Northside, I've got nothing but love for Northside. So when you see me chopping Northside up, it's done in love. Yeah, you can't be asking me questions about my future and my future spending when you're bringing in Noni Madueke.
Bro,
yeah?
My future's done.
We're spending, bro. We've brought in GIBBS White. We're bringing in Adam Walton. We're bringing in Wissa. Bro, if we get those 4 signings done, it is long for a lot of clubs. It is long. My issue is, when is Arsenal gonna do the right thing? When are you gonna bring in Gyökeres? Because you've been linked with him since before the season ended. When are you gonna get that signing over the line? When are you gonna bring in Rodrigo? When are you gonna bring in Eze? When are you gonna stop teasing the fans with players you don't need? Because that's the truth. So far, Arsenal have given us players they don't need. Do you know what I'm saying? Kepa. They didn't need Kepa, but they brought him in. They didn't need Norgard, but they brought him in. They don't need money, but they brought him in.
Deji is a market opportunity, Deji, man. Kep has a market opportunity, apparently. And I'm saying some people say they can trust him for a month in the title race. If Raya gets injured, apparently they can trust him. Right. Yeah.
Well, they said that they were raising the levels. And so the question I asked, like legit, like I feel Northside's pain, because for me, like, it doesn't make sense unless you're trying to sabotage the club and run the club into the ground. You wouldn't do the foolishness, because that's the only way to describe how Arsenal are moving. They are moving like a foolish club. What Arsenal fan right now is happy with what his club is doing?
There's a lot of people saying if you add a couple of more signings, then it's an amazing window. Yo, big up, Jay.
An amazing window for who? It would have been an amazing window without the 3 they've already signed.
But you know what they're doing? They're putting these aside, hoping that they get the players that they like, and then they'll say it's a good window, innit? This is the thing. So like, let's say Eze, they kept telling me Eze was done last couple of days ago when I was on a stream. Oh, don't worry about Eze, he's done, he's done. And then all of a sudden, they're only negotiating the fee. And then today we found out they didn't even make contact. They only spoke to Eze, but they never made contact with Palace. So how's the thing done? You know what I mean? How's the thing done? That's what I'm saying.
Apparently, it's done now. It's just done now. Apparently,
It's done. I ain't seen
Cass
anything.
just
All
got-
I've seen is
Cass just
MADUEKE.
got-
Here
I
we
just-
go. That
I just came from Cass's stream. Big up Northside as well. Love for dropping me the link and that. Hope you're good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up Dead.
Enjoy, bro. Enjoy. Don't dance on the ops grave, innit? Do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Look, you know what it is, yeah. He's a
Chicago,
former.
Chi-Town, Chirac in that. You know what I'm saying? Just dance on the ops, bro. It's what it is, bro.
He's a
Nah, bro,
former
my club
Spurs boy,
deserves
man.
it, bro. So I'm not gonna hold you back. Listen, just say whatever the hell you want to say, bro. Because
I'll say
they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. I've been trying to avoid this bullshit, bro. They don't listen to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Jay
You've
said,
been vindicated today, though, bro. You've been vindicated.
You got Gibbs White, bro. Man woke up, dusted off his eye, got the crust out of his eye, yeah. And then and then Lewis is trying. He's like, "Yo, right, he's coming." He don't even know life's good, bro. Man's waking up. Do you know what I'm saying? Happy dreams and that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That now everyone's trying to tell me apparently Gibbs White is a bad signing and whatnot. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a reason no one was in for him. That's dark,
Big
man.
up, Flawless.
But in and big up, bro, and big up Flawless, man, each and every. But in terms of the signing, yeah, all I can do is sit here and laugh because you know what? If at the start of the window it was clear you guys were in for MADUEKE, I don't think it would have been. Do you know what I'm saying? But you guys, you know what I'm saying? You know how Deji mentioned the tifo, the shower curtain tifo. It's a bit like how what they done with Rodrigo with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Put the Rodrigo smoke screen. Whole time they was getting a MADUEKE deal done behind curtains, man. It's treacherous, bro. And for a club that's supposed to be showing some ambition and going for a title, yeah, you wouldn't know it. Do you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know it. We got 2 deals done in 2 days. Do you know what I'm saying? Albeit you can say, oh, we had a cash injection and whatnot, but arguably you've been in a better position than both of our clubs, right? Because you sat second in the league for the last 3 seasons. You're meant to be in a good position. What happened to the pool? You know what I'm saying? You're meant to be having the most pull in Europe. Man, talking about Kepa, Arrizabalaga, yeah, who Chelsea didn't want. MADUEKE, who Chelsea didn't want. Jorginho, who Chelsea didn't want. Havertz, who Chelsea didn't want. That's 4 players that Chelsea didn't want.
Louise as well, David Luiz.
The list can go on there.
William, man, bro.
The romance
They
is
spent
serious.
115 million on Kudus and Gibbs White. They spent 115 million on Havertz and Noni MADUEKE. If
Now you know how it feels to spend
know,
money, though, yeah. So you know how it feels to spend
Okay,
money.
the killer of killers, yeah, the killer of killers, and this is why Northside's one of the realest, because I've been speaking to Arsenal man them who've been telling me, yeah, but don't worry, we're gonna bring in Eze, Rodrigo, and Gyökeres, and I'm like, guys, like, let's look at the precedents before. Precedents means, if any of you are lawyers or non-legal, let's look at what's happened before, case law, and see if the sort of pattern in their behavior. Arsenal are not going to bring in Rodrigo, Eze, and Gyökeres. What they will do, though, is bring in one of them. The one that they're going to bring in, I can't tell you, but one of them is likely to come through. The bit that scared me, Jay, when we was on Never a Foul, I got something come up in my WhatsApp that said Chelsea's looking to get rid of Nicholas Jackson, and someone said, Arsenal, you know what to do. And I went, you're lying.
Yeah, but they've been linked to him before. Jackson's on their short list. So if they don't get the strikers that they want and they're gonna keep looking down, eventually
Bro, I can see if something left goes on with that Gyökeres deal, all of a sudden Nicholas Jackson is looking likely, and someone who we know to be a bum, that's when these top gooners will start shaking their bum violently. Yeah, but you know, with Odegaard, do you know what I mean? With Saka, he will get goals. I
actually don't think Jackson is a bad player there, you know, but I don't think he addresses the problems that they need, which is a consistent forward. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's the same problem we had at our club, right? We were sitting there complaining about consistency until and then you linked with inconsistent players, bro. You've gone and got one of the most inconsistent wingers in the league. And everyone's going to say, oh, he's direct. Martinelli's direct. Garnacho's direct. Wilson Odebert's direct. Mateus Tell is direct.
BJ Johnson's direct.
Brennan Johnson is somewhat direct, bro. You
Bro,
could even argue Nicholas Jackson's direct. So if that's what we're going for, if anything, I might as well just go to Sports Direct and hire someone if we just want direct. If that's what we're doing, if it's just direct.
Jay, when I go to work and I'm walking towards the station, I'm direct.
Until he catches the one train, he don't get no stop.
Direct train. It's like, where's the ambition? It's sad. And you know what? People was getting onto Dej earlier for sitting here saying that there's that he's of the belief that Arsenal could drop out of the top 4. If you don't buck up your ideas, you can drop out the top 4, because no one expected Forest to do what they did last season, but they did it. No one expected Villa to, although Villa are a good team, no one expected them to put on a run for Champions League football. Newcastle, the Brighton, all these other teams are out here doing bit. Bro, Sunderland signed 6 players. Sunderland have signed 6 players, and the window's been open for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but you know what it is though, DJ. Sorry, DJ. Yeah, 1 sec. Yeah, the table's been lying to Arsenal, bro. Like, even the way they were playing last season, it wasn't like a team that's playing that's second. You know, when he's like, okay, cool, you didn't win the league. So like when we had City and Liverpool going for the league and they were second, they were playing amazing football. You get what I'm saying? They just missed out by a little bit, that kind of thing. These men were playing corners, ultra defensive mode like FIFA and that, and they managed to get second. That tells you everything about the league in that moment in time in terms of where all the other top teams were, innit? So, bro, if everyone else does their job, Arsenal does not end up second.
Bro,
they managed to make top 4.
But yes, so we talked about that. I remember after the Southampton game where Arsenal won 3-2, and I said to North, and North agreed with me that how long is this set piece football gonna work? When the set piece don't work, what are you gonna do in plan B? And we saw the drop off and the fall off during the season. But for me, what I'm struggling with, and maybe it's not for Northside to answer this, maybe it's for the Arsenal, the top gooners in the chat to answer this. For me, football and the Premier League is not difficult. Yasser, the reason why you come with chest on this channel is because you knew certain men had pedigree. Do you get me? Caicedo, we know is a baller. You know Enzo is a baller. Even if we're cussing him, slow start, it's all banner, but we know real recognize real.
Yeah.
Now, me and Jay had a conversation where we said, you know what? We can't understand why Tottenham can't get the best of the rest. Why can't we go into Brighton and get a Belabor? That's what we said. Why can't we go and get Morgan's Gibb White? Why can't we get Eze and Adam Wharton? We said this. Do you get me? Why can't we get a KUDUS, the best of the rest, and build a formidable team? And it's like they've been watching our streams. This summer, they've done that. Now, the bit I don't get is why Arsenal don't do that. We know they need a striker. They're dilly-dallying. We know you need a winger. You brought in Noni. That Noni is not displacing Martinelli. So, are you even serious about this thing? Why haven't you got Rodrigo? Why haven't you brought Eze over the line? Why haven't you got Gyökeres over the line? Even though I don't think Gyökeres is all that anyway. No, you rather give us Norgard. Do you get me? You rather. So for me,
I didn't even know who he was before he joined Arsenal. I can't lie.
Bro, the writing's on the wall for Arsenal. This club has been sinking like the Titanic, and you're right. The second place finishes has papered over the cracks, but the crack is massive now. I would be shocked if Arsenal was top 4 this season. The fact that Arteta's been doing a miracle. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hey Dej, you know what as well? It's like how you have to look at it as well is, bro, you know how much Eze costs, you know how much Gyökeres costs, you know how much. I hear this negotiation thing, yeah, but we're in a time now where it's a hot market. Players are available one day and gone the next. You see that with how quick Chelsea went in for João Pedro, right? Because at the start of the window, we were linked with João Pedro, and Chelsea identified him like that. Do you know what I'm saying? You see the Newcastles identify Elanga, go and get him like that. Deal's done, right? We're now in an era where you can't sit down and be lay in terms of these deals. If you don't go and get the deal done straight away, yeah, you will lose out on the player. So if you know Eze's got a 60 million release clause, you go and put the money down, right? But there's no point trying to test. And this is the problem. Sometimes it can work. Like in our case with KUDUS, West Ham wanted 65, yeah, but we tested the waters. We said, yo, we'll give you 55. And we threatened to walk away from the deal. West Ham ended up folding. But for the hot property in the Premier League, like an Eze, bro, you go and put the money down and get the deal done.
Let me tell you what they're trying to do. Yeah. Now, no side will agree with this. I feel like Arsenal tried to move like their Spurs. Hear me out. You see Daniel Levy, the reason why he weren't getting deals over the line, if you deep it, was he would hold out till last minute, hoping that the clubs will drop. And to be honest, 7 out of 10 times, it would work. Just before the end of the summer, they might drop a little 5, drop a little 10, gets it over the line. What we're seeing with Arsenal is the complete opposite. Let me explain. Gyökeres it started off at 60 mil, and as the time we're speaking this evening, these brothers are holding out for 70 mil. So this little delay tactic is even backfiring with Arsenal. Like that, let's say the whole thing was they were ready to drop the thing for Spurs, do it over 3 years, rare. Arsenal jumped on the bandwagon. Palace went, all right, let's go back up. Boom. And that's why the deals have stalled. Because Arsenal like, wow, like, how can you just do that? That's because they think Arsenal are bums. They know that they've got cash to burn. And so they're going to take that cash and they're going to bun it. That's what they're going to do. And it's unfortunate that Arsenal is seen in that way. No one respects them. Do you get me?
They need to be careful. They need to be careful because we've got this big cash injection, yeah, from the Saudis and whatnot. If Tottenham decide tomorrow that they want to go and put 80 million on a brand new midfielder who's going to be our midfielder for the next 10 years, and they go and put 80 million down on Wharton, Eze is not leaving Palace. I can tell you that for free. He's not leaving Palace because Palace are not going to lose 2 key players in that window, knowing that they could potentially be going into a European campaign. They're not going to do it. They're just not going to do it. And this is the problem. It's the same thing that United have. If Tottenham decide, okay, let's go and get a number 9. He's a bit more experienced. He's a bit older. Let's go and get a Wissa. You think Brentford are going to sell him Wemo? That deal's done. So this is why you can't stall in the window. And this is why in my previous streams, if you guys don't know, get to know in it. So sub to the Hotspurcave, Jay from the Cave, all of that good stuff. But this is why I was crashing out about getting these deals done quickly, because we ain't got time to waste, bro. Pre-season's coming and we're playing PSG on August the 13th. Oh, wow. So Palace ain't got no Europe because Lyon ain't getting relegated. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate still. But do you see what I'm saying? Exactly wrap up heaven. And Mbeumo becomes 80 million. He becomes 80 million.
That's it.
The Arsenal Football Club are a facade, bro. And with everything that's going on around your club right now, you would have thought, yo, let's just go and get this deal done. This Gyökeres deal has been going on from the 1st of June. The MADUEKE links came about last week and the deal's done.
Bro, Jay, let me look. I know we're talking over North Side and North Side. Sorry, bro. You're just going to have to occupy this space this evening for a couple more minutes, bro. But these Arsenal fans have been shaking their bum violently for Gyökeres, like he's going to come and bang like 25 goals in the Prem this season. Like, from where? From where? He's all right. He's a 9. But he's not the gunman that these men have been singing praise. These men have been singing Berta. Now I'm reading in the chat, maybe Berta don't have the experience to do deals in the Prem because Prem teams get overpriced. All of a sudden, our brain, now we've got reasons as to why things ain't happening. Do you get me? But when we were warning you before, when we were saying to you, don't shake your bum for this guy, you poo-pooed us. You laughed us out the room. You laughed us the stream.
We're just jealous, Deji. That's what they said. We're just jealous.
I can't wait to play Arsenal. That for me, looking at Tottenham's team, looking at Arsenal's team, I want to hear Northside say it. You know, I don't even need to ask you the question, bro. Looking at your squad and looking at my squad currently, forget Wissa and forget
No
Waters.
way they actually gave him the number 14.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
So far, you guys have got Kudus and Gibbs White.
Yeah. And then obviously you can include Dan, so we made permanent. Mateus Tell, we also made permanent as well.
And you got an Asian centre back as well, no?
And yeah, Kato Takai, 5 million.
Bad man.
Teenager.
Hold that, bro. He's a bad
How
man.
are you saying bad man? You ain't even seen him play.
Bad man, bro. I watched him against.
I know he won. I know he won.
Asian
Champions
League.
I've never seen him play.
Asian Champions League, bro. He did a job on Ronaldo still.
All right, cool. I ain't even gonna entertain that. All right, cool. Now listen. Obviously, Kudus, good signing. If I be completely honest, I'd rather Bowen. That was B, and I've been saying this when it comes to Arsenal. I've been saying I wanted Bowen, but you got Kudus. I'd rather Kudus than Madueke, so it is what it is. Gibbs White, I'd rather Gibbs White than Norgard. I'll be 100% real. I take Gibbs White. I think he's a good footballer. I think he's a good midfielder. I'd take him at Arsenal. And yeah, your other signings, I wouldn't take them. If I be honest, I wouldn't take them. But listen, you guys have got still certain areas that you need to strengthen.
What about Wissa and Adam Walton? If we get Wissa and Adam Walton, would you respect them transfers?
Yeah, Adam Walton, we'll see. We'll see what he does, his potential. Wissa, that's a decent signing. I prefer Wissa than Havertz. I prefer Wissa than Jesus. So I would take Wissa over them two. Do you know what I'm saying? My strike force is shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of them ones. Would he be top of my list? No. But would I take him? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones, bro. Like, at least you guys are strengthening the areas that you need. Do you need to strengthen that defense? I still feel like you need to strengthen that defense.
Definitely, we need a
100% need to strengthen that defense. That's why when Deji went a little bit too far and started saying, yo, we're going to be challenging for this and that, I'm like, there's still some more business you guys need to do. Let's be real. That team still needs a bit more work. Like, Levy's let that team roll.
Where? Where's the work?
Well, you're happy with Poro at right back?
I think he can do a job, bro. I think part of the problem was our system. I think if we don't press so high, I think Poro can do a job, bro.
Do you know what? I will say this, yeah. I agree with Northside to an extent. I also, but because we haven't had a pre-season, we actually had a chance to see these players under this manager, yeah. I kind of want to see how the fullbacks operate, because you know Thomas Frank's not going to be using them as midfielders. Now they're going to be actual fullbacks doing fullback things, getting up and down the flanks, which is what I want to see. However, one thing we do need to improve though is that bench in terms of who we've got coming off the bench in case of the injury crisis. We know Maddison's not always fit. That's why I think Gibbs White was a good signing. Do you know, like that? Kulusevski, we don't have him until December. So when you've got Kudus coming in on that right-hand side, it's good. Udogie, he needs cover there because we've only got Ben Davis. Do you know what I'm saying? He needs cover. Now Romero's staying. He's not going to Atletico no more. It's confirmed that he's staying. Maybe we don't need to focus too much on a centre-back, but that in January, we can address that. On the right-hand side, we've got Jed Spence covering Poro. Again, is it the fanciest? No. But in terms of in the Premier League, I can't name 5 right backs better than Pedro Porro. I can't, unfortunately. So
yeah, but that's why you got scouts to go out there and find players that are in other leagues that can perform.
True.
For example,
No, you're right.
At Benfica, I told man about the left back, Alvaro Fernandes, and Real Madrid went and bought him. And I told man, there's not a lot of players in the Portuguese league that I feel like are ready right now. He's one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's players out there, bro. There's players out there. You know what I mean? And when Deji's disrespecting the Portuguese league, that's still the Portuguese league. that produced a lot of great players. James, Jackson Martinez did well for Atletico, Diego Costa. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of strikers, Falcao, a lot of players, bro. Even the goalkeepers, Edison.
I'm not.
There's been a lot of ballers that have come out of Portugal, bro.
No, 100%.
In recent time, it's not been as great, yeah.
Eric Dyer also came out of Portugal.
Ruben Diaz, Bernardo, but there's been a ton of
players. I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking the Portuguese league, but
Jean came from there. You would take him in your midfield.
What I am knocking
as well. He came from the Portuguese league. You'll take him as well. I'll take him.
The thing that I'm knocking is the fact that because Gyökeres banged in Portugal, doesn't mean he's going to come to the Prem and bang. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not knocking the Portuguese league per se, but I'm saying that the Portuguese league is weaker than the Prem. He's not going to be up against the speed and the strength of some of the centre-backs that we have in the Premier League. And therefore, I don't think he's the gunman that Arsenal fans think he's going to be.
Yeah, the Premier League is made up of foreign players, though. The Premier League is made up of foreign players. In international stage, it's the foreign teams, not the English national team that be winning all the trophies. The biggest ballers in the Premier League are not even English. So this is what's ironic about it. People talk about, are they ready for the Prem? Most of the best players are not even English. There's a very small section of the players that are English. Most of them are foreign, bro. Mo Salah, foreign. When Mane was here, foreign. Mane, foreign. Van Dijk, foreign. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Most of the best players are not from this country anyway. So when people say it's been
a minute.
The best players are not.
It's been a minute, and maybe it's been a minute that me and you have spoken, but I actually genuinely don't know your stance on Gyökeres.
I think I think every signing's a risk, innit? We've seen Shevchenko come to this league, yeah, after killing it in Italy and not be able to make it, yeah. But then we've seen players like, Harry Kane, that nobody thought that he would hit that potential.
One season wonder, they were calling him.
Yeah, no one, bro. No, I'll be real. Most man didn't think he would be able to. I think he had a season at Leicester. I think it was behind Jamie Vardy one time. Before he went to your club.
He went on loan. We loaned him out. Yeah. It was Redknapp that told him to. Yeah.
You get me? So it is what it is, bro. You never know. But at least, what you want as a fan is your club to take calculated risks. You want to see logic behind the risks, innit? And this club doesn't make calculated risks. How can Man City look at their squad and say, yo, the midfield, to quote Deji, is dusty. We need to revamp that midfield. Let's get Reinders, let's get Cherky. Boom. The fans don't need to identify it. The club identify it already. They start rebuilding that team in January, and now in the summer you see them doing a madness. I'm sitting here, and both of you are Spurs fans, and you can see the deficiencies in my team. Why can't Arteta? Why can't Berta? Is that not what he's here to do? To identify the players that we need. We need a striker, but we're spending time to get Kepa over the line, bro. I'm done. When Deji's talking about the future, there is no future at my club, bro. There is no future. Bro, did you not see? They dropped the carnival merch today. Carnival merch,
I saw that. I saw that. And you know what? If it weren't for the fact that it had the thing on it, the Arsenal thing, I would have copped one, I swear down. I would have worn that at Carnival.
I'm going to be in Carnival.
You would have seen me rocking it on Ladbroke Grove. You know the ones. You would have seen
on the strip in their Arsenal merch. And
you would have seen me rocking that top on Ladbroke Grove, bro, with my jerk chicken. You know what I mean?
Deji, they're going to drop Noni MADUEKE bandanas soon as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Invincible bandanas. That's what they're going to drop next. Do you know what I'm saying? It's sad, bro. It's sad. And do you know what? Yeah, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, bro. But like I said, innit, I have fans. I have friends that support Arsenal, like my friend Northside, my good mate Northside. And seeing what it does to a person's mental health is unfair, bro. It's unfair. You guys were talking about, and this is why everyone says, hold your lips. Sometimes it's better to be quiet, bro. It's better to be quiet than to do all this loud talking. You guys were trying to start rivalries with Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? Trying to start rivalries with City. When Haaland was telling you to be humble, to this day, that statement still stands. To this day, be humble, stay humble, that still stands to this day. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. What are you gonna drop next? The KSI x Arsenal link up merch.
Look at
what's
this
next,
shit.
bro?
Look at this shit. Look at that. That's dead, bro.
It's not even good.
So, £60, you know. That is
Bro, that looks
dead.
like the Puerto Rico kit, fam. What the heck?
Look at
It
this.
looks,
Looking at
it looks
pajamas,
more.
bro. Look at these
It
pajamas.
looks more Ecuadorian. It's more Ecuadorian than Colombia.
I was gonna say like
That's
some
Ecuadorian. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny.
Bro, literally, look how plain that is, bro. £40 for this crap, bro. Just with a Canon little Adidas. It's rubbish, bro. But they'll buy it though. They'll buy it because this fan base is so slow. They'll buy it, bro. They'll buy it. Get the new merch. Look how dead this shirt is, bro. Look at this, bro.
Arsenal fans bought that £500 vase or vase.
What? They're selling Quagmire shirts now. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Look at these shorts, bro. Look at them shorts. Why are them shorts? Look at like hot pants, bro. You know what I'm saying? Any of the top gooners when I have a hot summer, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I have a hot girl summer. You know what I'm saying? Want to do a little sexy red. Why are them shorts so tight? Nah,
Bow.
could never be me, bro. That could never be me.
Nah, don't kill me, man. And
Even
I'm hearing Northside, someone said in the Never a Foul chat earlier, yeah, that it was like 10 million in add-ons or something like that. So you could potentially have spent 60 million on Noni Madueke. Insane. Also, Family Guy drip is outrageous. Whoever, the guy that put that in the chat, that's nasty work. That's Family Guy drip.
This is rubbish, man. Bro, training shirt, £65 for what? Look how dead this. Look at this shirt, bro. This is for a Randall, bro. Look at this. Anyone wearing that shirt is snitching, bro. You better not be doing any illegal activities, bro. He's snitching, bro. 100% snitching on you. Man's got a man bag as well. Look at the man. Man's got a young thug man bag, you know. How much is a man bag? £30.
Is that a man bag? You're lying.
That's a man bag, bro.
Yo,
It looks like a man bag to me.
I'd buy that for my girl. That looks like a purse, bro.
Oh my days. Oh, you like that shirt? Hey, I swear down, you're a snitch.
Nah,
100%.
you're defo snitching.
Look at this.
You're snitching.
For Pride Month, innit? You got one of these ones for Pride Month. Look at my club, you know. Actually, it's not even my club, bro.
Is the cannon floppy?
Oh damn!
It's not serious, bro. It's not serious. Deji, you said before, oh yo, I want to see Arsenal competitive. Yeah, I just feel like the club that I fell in love with doesn't exist no more. The club that the team and the way the club used to move, the one that you used to have respect for, even as a rival, you had to respect it. That version of Arsenal, done, bro. It's done. It doesn't exist anymore, bro.
I think so, bro. I agree, but I think that's why, even though you were hotting him up, I couldn't hot Arteta too tough, because even though you've been doing this, he still managed to get you man second. But there's only a certain amount of time before you get found out, and this season I think Arsenal get found out, bro. Like, I can't see how, unless you man pull off a lastminute.com miracle, you bring in Rodrigo, you bring in Yogeres, you bring in Eze, then you got the whole Prem sitting up going, rah, okay, Arsenal are back. But if you just bring in one of them players, bro, it's sad times, man. And I'm hearing that you man have sold Trossard. So who's your guy that's going to come off the bench? Because Trossard has gone to Fenerbahce for free. He signed a 3-year deal. Now Trossard was your gunman for when the going got rough. You know, when it got tough and you needed someone to just find the way. That brother found the way. You're not going to find the way through Noni, man. You're not going to find the way through Norgard. You're not going to find the way with Odegaard. Like, you're not going to find the way with Havertz.
Wanyeri needs to leave. If I was Wanyeri, I would leave. Transfer request.
I'm just saying it's interest. I'm just saying it's interest. It's not that Fenerbahce are interested in getting Trossard. Jose wants Trossard, but nothing's confirmed yet.
Okay, fair.
That's what I'm saying. But to be honest with you, bro, like MADUEKE is gonna start. You know, if we bring MADUEKE, he starts, bro. The thing is, I don't know how he's gonna fit Havertz into the team. Yeah, I'm saying if he gets a striker, then I don't know how he fits him into the team. If he doesn't, then Havertz starts, innit?
Havertz will go back into the 8. We like playing him in the 8, innit?
Yeah, but
that's the thing. You know, Northside makes a legit point. Like when you look at all the other teams, Man City, you can see what they're doing, rebuilding the midfield. Liverpool, yeah, they're just reinforcing. Yeah, Spurs reinforcing.
Yeah, big
Chelsea
up,
reinforcing.
love having me on your side, yeah. Appreciate you, bro.
Big up, man.
I can't make sense of what you man are trying to do, bro. Like I'm struggling, bro.
It's heartbreaking, bro, because it's heartbreaking because you know what, yeah, you just like as a fan, you feel like should I just stop watching these, man? Because what am I watching them for? Like I already don't pump money into the club, but it's like it's mad how this fan base here talk like we don't have a say and that fans can't make a difference. Yet they were doing a petition to not sign MADUEKE. It's like when it suits them, they got a voice. But when I'm not happy with something, our north side just accept it, just be happy. I don't know, man. What Spurs got? Like, are there any other players that you guys are looking at? You think you're bringing in?
Yeah, bro. They've already confirmed that our business hasn't finished. We need a DM. We're gonna get a midfielder. At the moment, Tottenham were looking at Lookman, but I think with Gibbs White, I don't think we need him. We are looking at Adam Wharton, and I've been banging on about Adam Wharton all summer, and I can't believe Tottenham are getting it over the line. And we're legitimately looking at Wissa, bro. Like we're really looking at him. So for me,
how much you lot pay for Wissa? Because I heard that they want like 50 M's or something for him.
Yeah, they want 50, but I think we offered 25. I think they would sell him for 30 mil. At 35 mil would be good business. And then if we can get Adam Wharton for probably, 45, 40, then we've done good. So, bro, we've still got players to come through, bro, and you already know we got that defense.
With those signings, where do you think Spurs finish next season with those signings?
With the signings that we currently have?
Well, the ones that you're expecting to get.
Yeah, I think if we add Wissa and Wharton, bro, quite easily top 4. Quite easily. And I say top 4 because we got to remember that we're not 7 years into our project. Thomas Frank has been in the club, 2 weeks? So it'd be unrealistic to expect more. I think, look, if Thomas Frank gets top 6, he's done well, in my opinion, because we need to let these brothers cook. But I can tell you, if he gets top 6 the following year, Tottenham could be mounting a challenge. I think it's unrealistic of me to expect Spurs to mount a challenge this year. But the way that we're moving and the squad, like Wissa's to be respected, man. That's a baller. Adam Wharton, what potential. Coupled with the fact that, look, Tottenham's looking good, bro. We're looking good because Brennan Johnson's going to be like our Trossard. He's an impact sub. Tell's an impact sub. Do you know what I mean? Wissa can either play in the 9 for ahead of Solanke or back up. Wissa can also play on the left-hand side. We'll probably sell Richarlison this summer. We'll probably sell Basuma this summer.
Oh, you think you're selling Richarlison?
Yeah, I think so. If we bring in Wissa, we're selling Richarlison. It's not making sense, especially as we've also signed Tell. Like it's just too much.
What do you think it is with Richarlison? Injuries?
It's injuries, and he just hasn't been consistent enough, and maybe this doesn't suit. I feel like with Thomas Frank, he likes techie players. And Richarlison's not really techie. Do you know what I mean? Even though Ivan Toney was able to bring the ball down, bring others into play. I can see Richarlison going and Basuma going. And I can see them going for good money. And hence why we're able to spend the way that we're spending.
Now, I hear that. He's more of a fox in a box.
Yeah.
I hear that. I still don't feel like you break into the top 4. I can't lie.
No, we do, bro. I'll be real, bro. Like, with KUDUS, and Morgan Gibbs, bro. Like, you know, we got to also remember that Kudus was at West Ham, who is a white pony team. With this team, Kudus can really, really fly. And then Morgan Gibbs was in Nottingham Forest. Him and Elanga had what a great partnership. But now he's going to go back playing with his brethren, Brennan Johnson, feeding Solanke. Like, it's long, bro. Like, that's top. It's got top 4 written all over it, bro. And I'd even go as far as to say, bro, I would probably be one of the few people that wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham finish higher than Arsenal next season. I think you've got a good. I think you have a structure, but I felt like towards the end of last season, you man got found out, and the Partey is going to be a big miss. Zubimendi, I just don't think he's going to bring the same je ne sais quoi. You got me? You got me speaking French as what Partey brought into that midfield. Gyökeres is unknown. You know, people shaking their bum for Gyökeres, but how are we so sure he's going to score more goals than Kai Havertz? I'm just keeping it 100. Martinelli's washed. Yeah, bro. I don't think your team is great, bro.
I hear it. Big up to Fuad, man. What are you saying, man? Quickly before we wrap up, what's your thoughts on Madueke? There's rumors that we may be focusing on. Huh?
Oh, bro, I get it. Bro, do you know what, bro? I swear down. Like, you know, you don't. You know what, bro? This Arsenal now, yeah, it's beyond, bro. Honestly, bro. You know, the other day, like, I watched your stream on, like, with Brandon, and Brandon said something, and he's right, bro. Why are you wasting your time on a team you don't care? Seriously, bro. Like, come on, like, you know, the younger generation, are they that stupid? Don't they? Like, are they that really stupid? Like, like, if say you were 10. And like you supported Arsenal when you were 10, and this man now has been in the club for 6 years, and that's all they've had is watch Chelsea rejects. What's going to be different? And I understand what Deji's saying. Big up, Deji. Do you get me? It's like, come on, bro. We ain't doing nothing different, bro. Like, every year we're buying a Chelsea player. What's there to be excited about? Do you get me? What's the point of spawning? Bro, do you know what? On a real note, we might as well be called Arsenal Blue. I'll tell you, because I'll tell you what we're doing now. We have just funded them to go and buy Rodrigo. What you going to buy Rodrigo? Watch Chelsea FC buy Rodrigo now, because they need the left winger now. But you think they're gonna? You think Arsenal fans are gonna go there? Forget North London forever. Sing the song Northwest forever.
Yeah,
whatever the weather, the street is blue. Because, bro, as an Arsenal fan, this is absolutely piss taking, and I don't care what any Arsenal fan says. I'm one of the most positive Arsenal fans out there. No Arsenal fan is happy with this, and you know because of who? Because you trust him. This, that, and Mikel Arteta. If he's part of it, bro, I know people, bro, who will proper Arteta in, and they said if he don't buy Gyökeres and he buys his brother here, everyone wants him gone. But you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. First game of the season. They're going to go to Trafford expecting to win. It's going to be an uppercut. That's what's going on. They're going to go play Leeds, low block. It's going to be a slap. Then we're going to go to Anfield, but bear in mind, we've never won there under Arteta. And they're going to play a Liverpool team that wasn't drunk. Was ready to fight for their title. And we should get spanked there. And in their first 3 games, they're going to panic, then maybe go and get Gyökeres. But then it's too late. Bro, they're killing even the players. You know, Deji, you're a youth worker, innit?
Yeah.
And like, you're involved in a lot of football because obviously with your family background and the pros and your thing. Do you know when you've got a young brother? And I want to ask the fans if the youngsters hear this. When you've got a young man in Arsenal just signed Nathan Miles. All right?
Yeah.
Sign a new contract at your left back. Bro,
yeah.
He's following the saga of Gyökeres. Following. We've been linked with this Cisco guy for 1 year. Now, one Arsenal player have come out and commented. The moment we got linked, the bombshell, the thing with Fabio Camero, whatever his name is, come out and he said Gyökeres. The Arsenal players are following it. You got Saka following it. You got Naruweri wearing a Sporting Lisbon top. You got them all following Declan Rice because they want this player to come to Arsenal. Do you know if this player don't come to Arsenal, Gyökeres, see this player who doesn't come? Watch the players deflood. No matter how much you love Arteta, the players will stop playing. Saka will be the first one. Saka will be the first one. Because they're going to turn around and say, you've brought in Zubimendi, who's nowhere on Partey's level. You've brought in a donkey from Chelsea, who ain't going to improve us. Who's meant to be my backup? So where's the excitement of going forward into the Premier League? Like, we linked with Eze. We were linked with Eze before we were linked to this guy. We were linked with Gyökeres, but this guy's sitting coming through the door. Come on, Arsenal fans, wake up, man. We're not Arsenal no more, bro. We're just Chelsea. We work for Chelsea. We're their bitches.
You know, like in Spain and Portugal, they got the B team in the league below.
Yeah.
That can't get relegated, can't go up. We're the B team.
Of course, bro. Because Arsenal fans, you don't know facts. This been going on for 20 years. Let me tell you what Chelsea have done. They've won 6 league titles, and we're still buying their rejects. They've won 2 Champions League, and we're still buying their rejects. They've won the Europa League, we're still buying it. They won the Conference League, we're still buying their rejects. And do you know what you guys do? You wanker will beat in Real Madrid. Excuse my French, people. You get overexcited. And this team who we're playing, they're saying, go on, have our leftovers. Since Mikel Arteta again, now let me tell you what we've won. We've won the Champions League on the PlayStation with Raheem Sterling. You do get me, bro. I can only say PlayStation because that's the reality of it. We've won with Jorginho. We've done a double in the league with Jorginho on the PlayStation. We won. Actually, we won the best defender award went to what's his name? The best winger award went to Willian when we signed him under Arteta. We are the best keeper in Kappa, who's going to win the World Cup. We've got it's a continuation of a philosophy that's not working.
Well, man, I've never seen you so emotional, so on point with what you said about your team, bro. I tried to ask you North, bro. Like, what is going on, bro? Like, what is going on? What is it? Are they trying to run you, man, into the ground?
No. We're just, bro. I'll be honest, you Arsenal fans start supporting Chelsea. They're going to start build stadium. Jamie, when their players win all major honours, they just send them to us.
Yeah.
Jamie, Havertz won the Champions League for them. What's he won for Arsenal?
Nothing.
What's Jorginho won for Arsenal? Do you know what's crazy is every player we give them have gone on to be successful. We give him Ashley Cole. What did he win with Chelsea? Come on, Arsenal fans. He won 2 league titles back to back, and the Champions League with him.
Yeah.
We remember we sold Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah.
Guess what? The first honours to buy him back first? Arsenal. They said Chelsea went in for him. Arsenal, no, go on, you can have him. Guess who won the title of Fabregas? The rest is history. I think, did he win the title with Chelsea? Yes, he did. I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think their best players they ever give us was 2. William Gallas, he played well for Arsenal, and Peter Cech.
Yeah.
The rest are fucking shit, bro. Raheem Sterling, we never picked him. How do you know this guy now? We're going to pay 60 million for him. Arsenal fans, ask yourself this question. How do you know he's going to get on the pitch? You know, you're paying 60 million. It is going to be 60 million. Regardless what Arsenal, I don't know what it is, bro. It just pisses you off, bro. They just love Chelsea, man. Bro, I might as well wear the Chelsea top and put Arsenal on the back of it.
It's true, bro. I don't know what hold Chelsea have over Arsenal.
We've bought 11 players off them. We've bought a team off them.
Yeah, 11 players from them.
William Gallagher. Okay, look at the players we named. Look at the players I named now for you, all right? We bought of Chelsea. Gallas. We started with Gallas. Okay. Diarra. Benayoun.
Yeah.
Benayoun. David Luiz. Raheem Sterling. Peter Cech. Jorginho. Willian. Kepa. And now we're buying this kid. That's 10 players. Did I miss anyone out on the offside? Have I missed anyone out?
No. You said Gallas, innit?
Did you say David Luiz? Did you say David Luiz?
Yeah,
he did.
10 players.
That's too much, man.
That's 10 players.
Make it 11, man. You know, 11 would be nice.
Yeah.
You man might as well. You man might as well move to Fulham Broadway. Do you know what I mean? And walk to your stadium. You can get me Stamford Bridge.
Man said buy a Chelsea shirt, put Arsenal on the back.
Honestly.
I might as well support PPR or something. You know what I'm saying? Woolstone Raiders or
So
something.
what's the difference? Well, you know what? Yes, I'll put Arsenal on the back and every player. And I forgot. Havertz is 11th player.
Oh, Havertz, yeah.
11 players, bro. Havertz is 11th player. I forgot. So I'll buy Arsenal on the back. I'll buy a Chelsea top. Put Arsenal on 11 players, and I'll go to the Emirates with it. No one can tell me nothing. It's a fact.
And you're buying them when they're not even that good. It's not like they were Chelsea's best player and you were getting Chelsea's best player. Chelsea were happy to see these players out the door. You know them ones. It's even worse. Chelsea are happy to see these players out the door.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but you know what's different though? You know what's different? It's, let's say, when you got Havertz, we weren't thinking of getting a different player. Like, you know what I mean? It's a bit different. Like, you know what? You took one of our players, whatever. But now it's almost like you're helping us you're giving us the money to spend.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You're almost telling me, okay, cool, we're taking your winger. If Kudus was available, this is why we didn't bid. We just said, let's wait until we get someone out of our club, and then we go and get another winger. Yeah. This is why you guys sped up your thing to make sure that you get Kudus, just in case we end up bidding or whatever, yeah? But it's like, they almost, with the Kepa one, they could have helped us buy Manyan. If our club was serious at the time, it was like 4 million difference. If we got that money, we could spend it on a goalkeeper, and that would have been levels on the guy that we're letting go. Does that make sense? This is where, even for us, it don't make sense, but we like, listen, I'm grateful, innit? You know, that ones. It's like someone's willing to come to you and buy it every time. You're not going to say no.
Yeah, so who support Chelsea, is it?
Yeah, man. Look at the trophies behind me, bro. Who else would it be?
Yeah, I was gonna think that's not Arsenal trophies, bro.
Yeah, can't because that's not us.
Even look at that. Yasser is happy, bro. We're signing him.
It's madness, bro.
That's an
yeah,
insult.
because I feel like we gave him 2 years. He didn't do the job. Like where we are now, we can't keep him there, especially with the amount of players that we have. We have Kenda coming next year. We already got the Estaval guy, and that position is going to be filled regardless. So if he doesn't want to stay, it's good to just sell him on early instead of keeping him.
I hear that. Deji's got to go. Big up Dej, man. Shout your channel before you go. The link is in the title. Make sure you're subscribing to everyone. Yeah. Let them know where they can find you, bro. What you got coming up next?
Please, people. Big up to everyone in the location and cheer up my bro, Northside and forward. Look, yeah, Deji Spurs Instagram, Deji Spurs YouTube. Hopefully, I'll be doing something tomorrow. I think me and Northside are on Jay's channel tomorrow evening, so we'll catch you there. And yeah, please be there. Sorry I can't stay the whole night. I've got an early start in the morning. You can probably see from my eyes, man, is famished. But yeah, love my brothers forward.
Yes, big up, man.
Love and thank you for having me. Peace.
Big up, bro. Big up every single time, man. Big up. Make sure you're subscribing to Deji. The link is in the title. Big up to everyone that is locked in. And yeah, man, I need to get my clips because I've been doing the clips now. So I'm putting content out while I'm at work. Yasser, final words, bro.
Final words. Bro, we need to see what happens in the rest of the transfer window, innit? Because so far, that doesn't look the greatest for both of us. Yeah, we managed, like, obviously it's weird saying it from my angle, considering I've already got a couple of players, but it's still, if we want to reach that level, compete with like the Liverpools and that, we still need to get some players, innit? We've been, I think the Petrovic guy's going on loan, and now we're selling him, and we tried to send that Penders and Jurgensen to Strasbourg, but one of them said no, so we're gonna send Penders there, which indicates to me we have to get another goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? So there's still more business to be done. So, like I said, we just need to wait and see, innit? We still have PSG on the weekend, like, you know what I mean? I have different worries, bro. on the weekend, bro. Like, I just have to make sure that my team does the job, innit? So I can just pick up another trophy. And yo, listen, by the way, if I get that trophy, if we win this Club World Cup, every time I come on, Yasser, the world champion, you know them ones. I'm gonna get the shirt with the gold badge as well. It's gonna be different, bro. You know what I mean? 4 years, you're gonna call me world champion. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. You know, the problem is with Arsenal. I think you might just, I don't know, you might have a good deal with it. I don't know what it is with it, right?
Nah, bro. It's just listen. If a nitty keeps coming back to you to get whatever you're selling, you're not gonna say no, don't come. You're gonna just sell, innit?
Yeah, yeah.
It is what it is. Like, it's just one of them things where nah, I'm not selling you to you today. And nah, man. Like, especially if you know that the player is not as good as these man think. The problem is that the way we sometimes view players, clubs don't view them the same way. So, like, for example, a Sancho is looked, and you know, in Europe they look at him like he's a top baller, but we might look and some of us might say, nah, he ain't good enough. Do you get it? So they
Yeah.
might look at him and say he's 50 million, 60 million. Whereas we look at him and say, nah. Look at Anthony when he went on loan. They overseas sometimes they look at players different. So Havertz, we don't rate him well, but there might be a team in Europe that might rate him. This is how you get the sales done, innit? There's a difference when we done the good relations thing. When we started selling players in the beginning, we went and done good relations with Saudi. That's how we sold Koulibaly, Kante, and all. I think a couple of them went for free, but we just done the small deals here and there, and that's how we can always go to teams and sell the players, isn't it? The only person that got us by the balls a little bit, pause, yeah, is that Jorge Mendes, whatever his name is, that agent. You know, he's dangerous for that. He makes you take players you don't want. You know, I'll help you get this player, but you're gonna have to end up buying this player. But yeah, man, you just have to. You have to. This is how you do it, man. You just make sure you sell your players that you don't need at the right time. The problem with Arsenal is that you guys didn't take opportunities to win stuff when you had the opportunity with the squad you had. When you were 9 points ahead or whatever. Remember when you slipped the second season and all that? If you had win stuff, some of the players, you've got something out of them, innit? Even if you didn't get the money, you managed to get trophies and stuff out of them. So even if you get a player, I don't know, for like a Grealish, they spent 100 million out of for Grealish, yeah, but they got the treble. So whether it's 100 million wasted, they got a treble out of it.
But
You know what I mean? So it's
Man
different.
City, but you know what it is though, Yasser, Man City does something. You know the Premier League, innit? When Man City was challenging Liverpool, they know Liverpool were linked with him, wanted him, and they bam, no, that can't happen. And but that's why Man City bought him. And I think it's a tactic Fergie used to do it. You know, that's why Man City dominated the league for like 3-4 years. They just went back to that old school tactic where any player that Liverpool and anyone challenging wanted, you know, they'll buy it. But like you guys, I'll tell you, I'll give you another one. It's like now, remember when you first won the league back to back, we were challenging Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, do you know how they dethroned Arsenal when they went back to back? They dethroned us. It's because that season there, you were buying players that we were linked with. Like we were linked with Crespo. You went and got him.
But we always did that. We did that with Mudryk recently. There's
Yeah,
certain things
but I'm
you just
saying
don't
to-
leave. Like
No,
as
but I'm
soon as
saying-
someone's linked to them, you just take them
But
sometimes.
But by then, Arsenal were already not challenging. But when we were challenging for the
Yeah.
league, you were that's when you guys were like starting to take all the upcoming players like Wayne Bridge, John Terry. You know, you bought all these players. Like you when people were linked with them, Chelsea were getting them.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like when you bought things from is it Joe Cole from West Ham?
Yeah, West Ham. Yeah.
See, when you were linked with them, we were linked. Arsenal looking, bam, Chelsea went and got him. And
But at the time, when a player was good, all the top clubs were linked to him, and then it was
Yeah.
just about one of those guys
I'll
getting.
give you another example. Eden Hazard. We were talking for ages.
Mhm.
Chelsea found out. Boom, put the money down, bought him. We went and got that other, what's his name? Jovino, yeah. So it's not something. Do you get me? It's nothing new.
With the big forehead guy.
Do you get me? Then Arsenal fans got to understand why we don't win the title. It's been going on for 20 years. So what's different now? Like, I think I said to Northside just now on thing, I won't be surprised if you guys take this 50 million off Arsenal and go and buy Rodrigo. That would not surprise me one bit.
But I've been saying it. Like, even though we've been quiet, I think Lewis told Northside this on one of the shows before, and I've heard about this before. That we said that he's one of those players that would break the wage structure for. So if we went for him, especially considering if one of our owners likes him, which is Iqbali, and you saw what we done when they liked Mudrik, you know, them Donnies just catch that private jet and land them. You know, they take the duffel bag with them, bro. Yeah, it's weird, bro. That when they want a player, they bypass the sporting directors and just go and get the player that they want, especially if it's a big deal or whatever, like big money kind of signing. They go and get it. And with the Rodrigo thing, their agent has been speaking to all these clubs. So there's a list of clubs lined up for him. Bayern Munich, basically what's happened to them is Liverpool. I think I just read it earlier. Liverpool basically said, you can't talk to Diaz, or we're not speaking about Diaz right now. So they're still looking for a left winger. Do you know what I'm saying? If you want the wages, that you can go there. They pay wages over there as well. So it just depends who ends up putting the money down.
Yasser. When I was in the other day, I was speaking to one of my friends, and I said I knew the moment the moment Rodrigo knew thing was coming. Alonso most we had that conversation with him straight away. Players, I said I don't fancy him. They never played him. Do you see?
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know, man.
I was watching an interview with you managers going into jobs, and David Moyes, like said, I was watching David Moyes, and he said there was one player who signed. He said I don't fancy him. And he was like one of the fans' favorite. He said first training said I don't fancy him, and that's what happens in teams. So Rodrigo's in the market, and he always have been.
You reckon?
Yeah, he always have, bro. The rumors was coming out that he didn't fancy him before he got the job.
Yeah, yeah.
How long has rumors been going on? And now it's been breaking news. He can think, but this happened in April. Because you know when he gets the job, innit? Obviously their season Bundesliga was over, and Bayern Munich won the league. Soon as Bayern Munich won the league and the league was over, he went over, and obviously he goes over there a few weeks before to finalize the job and all that before it comes out to the public. So he must be flew to Real Madrid over the weekend.
But sometimes if there's too many rumors about a player, the manager just doesn't play him because he feels like there's too much things going on about him. So until that settles, he'll play. Yeah. So sometimes the clubs or the you know how like the fans and that start certain rumors and it kind of goes off, and it kind of goes against, like it doesn't go for the player. Do you get it? It kind of makes him look like he's unhappy and this and that. So they said they had a chat and everything was fine when he first went in. So I don't know, man. It's one of those situations where we just have to say, because I feel like it can go to the end of the window. It's one of those where someone ends up just swoops in, or depending on what happens in terms of if Diaz does go to Liverpool is linked to him by some credible Liverpool source guy or journalist. So they've been saying that certain players could still move. You just have to make sure you just go and splash the money. If you're in need, like an Arsenal, where you need a left winger, you want to get a good left winger that's out there. Bro, I can tell you firsthand, there aren't very many good left wingers right now. I wanted to keep Sancho. The Northside knows. When we had him, I just said, bro, when we found out that he didn't really want the wages, that he wanted more wages or whatever, I was like, now we have to deal with the market. Because, man, who's there? Leao and them, man, fam. Nico Williams wants 400k. There's no one out there. And you see what he done to Barca. So there's not many options. So out of those people on the list right now is Rodrigo, innit? So if he's the only one there, go and get him unless you know any of the other ones fit your thing perfectly. The problem with Arsenal is you don't know. But this is the thing, though, North, yeah? If you look at the problem with Arsenal is you don't have a set way of playing. So you can't really say that guy really fits the way we play. Because one season defensive, one season attacking, do you get what I'm saying? So you all have its place, this guy plays. So you don't always know, okay, cool, this player can come in and I know that this is what we need because this is what we do.
No, but the thing is though, like over the 5 years, Arteta hasn't always played the same style of football. And the best style of football was when we was on the front foot attacking football and taking the game to the opposition, which suits Gyökeres. You know what I'm saying? He can thrive in that. And a lot of the players that we're looking at, Eze, Lookman, they will thrive in that kind of system, going forward, expansive, there's space in behind, breaking the lines. Those are the kind of players that will thrive in that. So the thing is that all he had to do was build on that. He just tried to overdo it. He got shook because obviously Man City clawed back at 8-point deficit and ended up winning the league. Like, for me, do you know what's unacceptable? What's unacceptable is we've had no competition to get Gyökeres, and we're still struggling to get him over the line. We've had barely any competition to get Eze, still can't get him over the line. No one's put down a bid for Eze, and we're acting like we can't get the player over the line. There's been no competition to get Lookman. None of these players, are we in a bidding war? Yeah, and that's what is unacceptable, because we're not competing up against any other team. Arsenal love the comfortable. Oh, we couldn't get Isak because Newcastle put the money down. We couldn't get Rafinha because Barcelona came in. We couldn't get Mudryk because Chelsea put the money down. The last 2 windows, the last 2 years, there's been players, even Ivan Toney and that. We could have got these players way before they moved. We wait so long to the point where it's 5 weeks into the transfer window, and then we're expecting what? Nobody to make any moves? It doesn't make any sense. A lot of the players that we wanted, even Baena, we could have got Baena before Atletico looked at him. We could have got him early in the window, but we allowed weeks and weeks to pass to the point where Atletico was like, oh yeah, Baena, cool, let's go get him. Let's activate it now. And that's why I'm not going to forgive about this club, because there's been multiple players that we could have went and got. Dovbyk, we could have challenged the team going in for Dovbyk. We didn't even bother. Santiago Jimenez, another one. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm looking at it, and I'm like, bro, there's always a comfortable excuse at Arsenal, whether it's somebody else coming in, we don't want to overpay. But then when there's no other team in for the player, we drag our feet so long that then other teams go in for the player because we're closer to deadline day and teams start losing out on their plan A, plan B. That's why I can't stand.
I know, fine though.
Go on.
Sorry, no, go on. No, I find, do you know what? I find the Premier League itself and the Premier League itself implements all these laws for really them to help the American owners, like the PSR, the budgeting, because they see, like you said, the Kroenke should sell to the Kuwaiti sheikhs, but no, the Qatari sheikhs, the one who supports Arsenal, the Prince Tamim, but he's an Arsenal fan. But I think that all this PSR, all this budgeting, all this balancing the books, it's just to save these American owners get more money. Because, if they stop, Yasser, let me ask you a question. You know the Chelsea owner?
Yeah.
What's his name? The Iranian guy?
Iqbali.
Yeah. Imagine they said to Iqbali, and they said to the chairman of Newcastle, go ahead, spend your money. Who's running it? Who's Rodrigo going to then? Newcastle or Chelsea?
No, but the way it's probably Newcastle, but you know what it is? The PIF is invested in our thing.
Yeah.
So because we have two sections. We have two sections. So it's the Iqbali people, which is the Clear Lake, and then they own like 60%, and the other 40 something percent is owned by Todd Bowley, the Swiss bank guy, and that. So it's a consortium.
But it's not just that, Fuad, though. Like, it's not just that. Like, I feel like it's a closed shop also because the big six bring the most attraction to the league, innit? That's just a reality, innit? Like, Newcastle are a big club, but they're not as big in terms globally like Arsenal.
Yeah, but
they're not big as Man United, Liverpool. So they don't want those clubs inside because they don't bring the attention to the league, innit? They don't bring the eyes.
No, but I'm saying to you is if they know, all right, bro. They know that. I know that I agree with you on that. However, Chelsea before Abramovich wasn't winning league titles. Man City before Mansour wasn't titles. They know if they allow Chelsea owner, the Iranian guy, to go deep in his pockets, and they let the Newcastle players, the Newcastle will go into their pockets. Say for instance they're allowed to spend. For instance Newcastle were allowed to spend, they'll get Rodrigo. But then if Rodrigo goes to Chelsea or goes to Newcastle, there'll be another superstar out there where Newcastle say, okay, you get him, but we're going to work on him now quickly. They won't wait around.
Yeah, but if they disrupt, the big clubs, the traditional clubs, what they're scared of now is them going out and forming a Super League. That's the other thing. Because if you start bringing in, like, Chelsea was one of the first that disrupted that whole, do you know what I'm saying? Getting in
the red cartel thing.
major honours consistently. They didn't like that. So then they tried to make it harder for Man City, and now they kind of completely closed it for Newcastle. If they continue to allow other clubs like Newcastle now to just run it, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, all these clubs can say, do you know what? Yeah, we're not happy with how it's going on.
But
We
this
feel
is
like
why
we bring more eyes to the Premier League. Fuck it. We want a bigger slice of the pie. We feel like we bring more global eyes to the Premier League. You know what? Let's get behind this Super League thing. Because all that, let's be real with the Super League, yeah? All it's been done has been shelved, bro. It's going to come back again eventually. It's going to come back again.
What I'm saying too is, but the Premier League then, what I'm trying to, okay, if that's the case then, the Premier League then, in a way, it contradicts himself because it's a contradiction there because it's not on the Premier, it's not on the owners, like it's not on the owners it's not on the Premier League to tell the owners what to do. Now, when I watch Arsenal owners love this, they love it because they don't want to win nothing, but they're making money. So it's okay for them
But
to
there's
go
a reason
fan.
City dominates, though. It's not just that they spend their money; they do both. They make the money and they spend the money,
Yeah, and
and they
Chelsea
also
does the
win.
same thing. And Chelsea does
And
it.
they also win, which means they brings more money, huh?
But you lot did the same thing, and they're scared that Newcastle, if Newcastle got the money, all they need to do is get it right. Look at PSG.
And we're taking it to the next level. We're taking it to the next level in terms
Exactly.
of we're buying these players, a lot of players young, and we're shipping them, which is not really what City's doing. Because remember, City's doing the whole academy thing. They sell them early for like 10, 20 million. They have sell-on clauses. We're buying the Quendas and we're just trying to sift them. So all you need to do, North, even though you got 10 players, if one of them becomes £100 million players, he'll cover for all the losses.
Yeah.
So even one of them is supposed to die. So we're doing this whole, okay, we got money, we can spend it, but we're also we just do breaking that PSR thing. You know what I'm saying? And doing our thing. And they trying to, this is how, when you get close to the top and you're winning, that's how you dominate, because you always have the money. There's no scenario when you say, this season I got no money. And when this is where the whole 115 thing comes in as well, because if they have beaten some of those alleged allegations about sponsorships and that, which then means that Newcastle can start getting certain sponsorships, which means they got more money coming in. They get the little, what they were doing recently with the SPURS injection money and all that. They got a sponsorship deal. I think 200 millions from the sponsorship deal and 100 millions from the owners that they put the money in. Do you get it? So if Newcastle can do it, they can end up coming up as well. So it's just a scenario where the Premier League kind of held City back, but that's a big example. If they beat that case, allows people like Newcastle to spend it because they know that they've been done wrongly.
I agree with you, and I think they will bust case. And when they bust case, the Premier League has got a problem then, because I feel sorry for the Newcastle fans, because it's not on them for them to suffer, because the Premier League are too busy crying out for crybabies like Arsenal and Liverpool. Liverpool is not so much, they're spending money now, but when they got no money, they cry about it. But especially Arsenal's the worst team in the Premier League, because they got a structure. Their our owners and our fan base is about budgeting.
But it don't make sense because Arsenal makes so much money from the whole merch and all the other stuff, yeah.
So it's not.
But they never have money. Because remember you done the whole, you checked the whole finances when it came out and you done the stream, yeah. You saw all the money that comes in, but for some reason it never reflects on PSR, never reflects on. Yeah, I don't exactly know what's on the PSR paperwork, but I think it's more player sales and all that. But there's still not. It's not like you can say, where's the budget? As in when you go buy players. So apparently if you buy all the players you're linked with, it's free something. Just about on the budget. 350, whatever they said you're spending. But you didn't spend it on the players that you thought you wanted to spend on when you say you spend 350. Bro. Which is this is the point. It just don't make sense, bro.
Yeah, I said another thing is, isn't it? If it's not on, and I said this to everyone, it's not on the fans and the Premier League to dictate what people do with it, or the owners do with it. It's not our fault, Arsenal fans' fault, that we got an owner that takes the money and puts it in his own pocket. That's something. If Newcastle owner wants to dip out of his own pocket to make his team successful and he owns it, that's not a crime. It's only a crime in the Premier League, because they're happy enough to, like, come on, we call ourselves a big club. When in the history we've seen a big club go and loan out a goalkeeper? We don't move like a big club. We loaned out a Bournemouth Neto last year. So if fans can't accept that,
But
And
this
the
is
thing
why
is,
I say to Arsenal fans all the time, yeah, even if I'm on the way back up, yeah. What I mean by that is I was 12 and now I'm 4th, whatever, yeah. When I'm looking at the top, I'm looking past Arsenal on the table. I'm trying to see, okay, cool, who's at the top? Even though you guys are second or you ended second, I'm thinking the teams that I'm looking at right now that are dangerous or that you want to be on the same level as or better is City and Liverpool.
yeah, agreed. Yeah,
You get it?
you
And
know,
then when you
yeah,
look down, you think, I can't say Arsenal because I don't think they should be in that position right now with the squad that they have. And I don't believe in the manager. I never did anyway. But, you know, it's not a hatred thing. I just don't think he's got the minerals, basically, bro. Because you shouldn't have thrown away some of the games or some of the cups and whatever to get to where you are now. So,
We're
listen,
done
it's
out
a
here,
long
man.
thing, bro. We need to see what happens in the transfer window in the season, innit? Maybe he leaves, maybe wins a Carabao Cup and he gets another year, mate. If
We're
he
done out here,
really
man.
gets his
It's done.
wishes, you know that was. I
It's
swear
done
God.
out here, man. Arsenal are done out here. Big up Yasser, big up Fuad, big up
Big
everyone that's locked in. We're gonna redirect to Lee. I think he's done an emergency meeting, but we're redirecting to Lee anyway. Northside Road on the way in, and we'll be back tomorrow. Love, I'm out.
Yeah, love.